and welcome to the news wrap up. Today has been quite an interesting day, so we'll talk about everything that happened in Jammu and Kashmir throughout the day, and I'll bring to you some of the top headlines. The biggest thing that happened today is that National Investigation Agency has filed a charge sheet against Wahidur Rahman Para. Wahidur Rahman Para is a PDP leader as well as a DDC member, and he has been booked in a terror funding case. NI officials said that the youth leader has played a crucial role in sustaining the political separatist terrorist nexus in Jammu and Kashmir. Besides Wahidur Rahman Para, two others were named in the charge sheet, and they're namely Shaheen Ahmad Lone and Tafazzul Hussain Parimu. NIA spokesperson said that they were involved in gun running from across the line of control for militants and channelizing funds to sustaining terrorist activities at the behest of handlers in Pakistan. He said that these three have been charge sheeted in the DSP Devender Singh case. Devender Singh was arrested by police along with three Hizbul Mujahideen commanders, Sayyid Naveed Mushtaq alias Naveed Babu, Rafi Ahmad Harathar and advocate Irfan Shafi Mir, while they were travelling from Srinagar to Jammu near Kazigund in South Kashmir on January 11, 2020. The NIA had re-registered the case on January 17 and had taken over the investigation. It had already filed a charge sheet against 8 accused in this case on July 6. Wahidur Rahman Para is a close aide of former Chief Minister and PDP President Mehbooba Mufti, and he was arrested by the NIA in the case on November 25th last year. NIA spokesperson said that the investigations revealed that charge-sheeted accused Para was part of the conspiracy for raising and transferring of terror funds to Hizbul Mujahideen militants for procurement of terrorist hardware and was also a crucial player in sustaining political separatist terrorist nexus in Jammu and Kashmir. Further investigation in the case is continuing. On a lighter note, there is a minor reshuffle in the health department in Jammu and Kashmir. The news that comes shows that the Health and Medical Education Department has ordered transfers and postings of 5 senior officers. Dr. Mushtaq Ahmad Rathar has been appointed as new Director Health Services Kashmir. An order was issued by Financial Commissioner Health and Medical Education Department Atal Dullu in this regard. Dr. Sameer Mattu, who was earlier Director Health Services Kashmir, has been transferred and posted as Project Director AIDS Control Society in Jammu and Kashmir. Dr. Shahid Hussain, Medical Officer, presently posted as Officer on Special Duty in the Health and Medical Education Department, is transferred, and he has now been posted as Extended Program Immunization Officer, Directorate of Family Welfare MCH and Immunization JNK. One news that comes from Jammu is that Crime Branch Jammu has arrested accused Arfat Ahmad Khan, a fake lecturer of computer science of Government Higher Secondary School Jakyas Doda, for his involvement in issuing forged and fictitious appointment and transfer posting orders in the school education department. The investigation is still underway, but Crime Branch Jammu officials say that they vigorously contested the anticipatory bail application of the accused and have got it rejected. The case owes its origin to a communication made by Director School Education Jammu, alleging therein that while scrutinizing some fake and forged transfer posting orders of lecturers, School Education Department Jammu were detected and reported. On this, Crime Branch Jammu initiated a preliminary inquiry, and the involvement of Arafat Ahmad Khan, lecturer, was prima facie established. He has been arrested and produced before the Honorable Court of Law, and his police remand has been sought for further investigation of the case. Regarding the security scenario of Jammu and Kashmir, IGP Kashmir Vijay Kumar today addressed a press conference. He talked about various issues and also regarding the Shopian encounter that took place. But most importantly, he mentioned that stone pelting is a larger issue than militancy in Jammu and Kashmir. And he also said that anyone who indulges in stone throwing will be slapped with Public Safety Act, and nobody will be allowed to disrupt the peace in some. IGP Kashmir said that stone pelting creates a negative impact, and if stone pelting takes place, that keeps tourists away. So anybody who indulges in stone pelting will be slapped with Public Safety Act. He also said that a wrong impression is being created that stone pelting takes place at the encounter sites. He said that no youth from adjoining villages comes to pelt stones at the encounter sites. The fact is that when we ask the civilian population to come out after it is proved that militants are hiding in a particular house, some miscreants resort to stone pelting at times. And he also mentioned that to deal with them, PSA will be slapped. He said that summer strategy is already in place that includes setting up of fresh Naka points, frisking and deployment of extra men. He also talked about the Shopian encounter and said that 4 Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorists were killed in a nocturnal encounter at Imam Sahib area of Shopian in South Kashmir, including the killing of 4 militants. 19 militants, including 2 top commanders, were killed since January this year. Kashmir police chief said, quote unquote, when the suspected house was zeroed in, the militants fired indiscriminately, triggering a gunfight. He said, quote unquote, we brought family members of the trapped militants, and even at 2 a.m., repeated surrender offers were made. The militants turned down the offer and fired at forces, in which 1 soldier sustained bullet injury. He also said that all 4 slain terrorists belong to Lashkar-e-Toiba and have been identified as Raeed Ahmed, who was active since October last year, Amir Mir, who joined militancy in February this year, Raqib Malik, who picked up arms in December last year, and Aftab Wani, who joined militancy in November last year. During the press conference, General Officer Commanding GOC Victor Force, Rashim Bali, was also present. He said that Army's 44 RR reached out to the parents and even to the wife and 4-year-old son of militant Raqib. But they refused to surrender. That is why the operation got delayed, otherwise it wouldn't have even lasted for half an hour. The GOC reiterated that the army is ready to facilitate the surrender by local boys holding guns even at the last minute. He also said, quote unquote, our 1 soldier received bullet injury in a bid to get the militants to surrender. Now we'll talk about the COVID update in Jammu and Kashmir. A news that comes shows that over 9,000 people were fined in Jammu who were in violation of COVID SOPs. These people who were found violating COVID-19 guidelines by not wearing masks were fined, and rupees 45 lakh was recovered from them. Jammu and Kashmir on Sunday recorded 158 fresh coronavirus cases, including 34 travelers, taking the infection tally to 1,28,547. And since you suggested that we also include government's initiatives in this segment, today Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha inaugurated a sub-district hospital in Kot Bhalwal. Apart from that, Prime Minister launched Jal Shakti Abhiyan, Catch the Rain campaign on World Water Day today. During the day, Lieutenant Governor also inaugurated and laid e-foundation for various water supply schemes, irrigation schemes and projects worth rupees 117.49 crores. The Catch the Rain campaign that has been launched as a Jan Andolan intends to encourage the states, union territories and all other stakeholders to ensure storage of rainwater, as rains falling in the 4 to 5 months of monsoons are the only source of water for most parts of the country. The Lieutenant Governor also made valuable suggestions for rainwater harvesting and water conservation. He stressed on the need to focus on 5 aspects: water conservation, rainwater harvesting, renovation of traditional and other water bodies, reuse of water and recharging of structures, watershed development and intensive afforestation, while making a special mention of the extraordinary work done in Jammu and Kashmir, including rainwater harvesting through 850 water harvesting tanks in Kulgam, Jivika project in Udhampur, and water harvesting by SMVDSB. The Lieutenant Governor called for exploring possibilities for expansion of similar progressive works in other districts as well. He also suggested for organizing competitions on rainwater harvesting to acknowledge the efforts put in at panchayat and block level for promoting rainwater harvesting. Emphasizing on preparing integrated plan for water-stressed areas and to tackle challenges of the climate change, the Lieutenant Governor asked for establishing rain centers for technological guidance on rainwater harvesting and Jal Samitis in every panchayat to support rainwater harvesting initiatives. So that is all for today. As you mentioned, I will try to include the government initiatives in this news wrap-up to make it more informative for you. Apart from that, if you have any suggestions, do comment below. Regarding language, I don't think I would be changing the language of this news wrap-up, but I can try to bring a Hindi news wrap-up as well. But because of time constraints, I don't know if that will be possible or not. But regarding this news wrap up, if you have any other suggestions, you can drop them in the comment box below. And if you like this section, then you can hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So let me know what you think about today's session and any other things that you would like to get included.